Before restoration, there were 0 fish that were found in that particular sampling site. And just last summer, we found 17 different species of fish at Indian Run Road. Pine Run was the tributary that was contributing most of the AMD to the West Branch, which was of course flowing into the main stem and killing a large portion of Sunday Creek downstream of Gloucester. So when the doser was installed, it began to make an impact, a chemical impact immediately. Each year, Rural Action treatment systems like this remove more than 1.5 million pounds of acidity from our streams. And it's really making a difference. When I started as an AmeriCorps member with Rural Action, it was evident very quickly that this is an organization that invests in their national service members and their interns and their fellows and whoever comes into the organization. I was really impressed by that, and I learned very quickly Rural Action does things differently. The way we see community development is through the eyes of the people that are here. So when I realized that this organization invests so completely in national service and national service members, I really wanted to stick around. It's hard to see the big picture when you're in the middle of your national service term and just trying to get as many things done as possible. But when you take a step back and look at the culture we're cultivating with the national service members and at our organization and with our partners, it's really impressive.
The Presbyterian Farm was given as a gift to the church. Part of the goals for the Presbyterian Farm are to manage it for a healthy forest, a healthy habitat. When I first heard about Rural Action was through the Leadership Athens County program. And I was a new pastor then, and I entered this program to network and to get more familiar with the needs of Athens County, and I met Joe Grimm. We just got together with a couple other folks. We toured the place, and then he linked me up with Buckeye Trail Association and Richard Lutz. And one of the first things that we discovered is, well, we got all this land, where do we begin, where do we start? And we thought, well, why don't we start building trails? So that's how Rural Action was really instrumental for us, because they were such great networkers. Their staff worked with Ohio University to work with student groups to bring out fraternities and sororities or service organizations or classrooms to design trail parties in which Buckeye Trail led us and Rural Action was right there alongside us. And so the relationship was just so key for us because we didn't have those kind of connections, and they set aside time within their schedules to be able to have this as a focus for the development.
My experience of Appalachia is we have a wealth here that we can use and harness to move us forward. We have an abundance of natural resources. We have forests and fields, we have streams, good quality water. And so Rural Action looks at those as the key building blocks. And so we have a forestry program, an agriculture program. We have a watershed program that really build on those assets. Another asset that we have to build on is our people and our local entrepreneurs. One of the newest programs that I'm really excited about this year is we've been working hard, going deep in communities, helping communities identify who are those entrepreneurs, those creative sparks in the community that can help us to build a new economy that's based on local, that's based on what we have here and the assets that we have. And the strategy is proven, and the strategy has shown that you can replace the loss of those big companies with a focus on those small businesses that are meeting local demand and local need.
One of the hardest things to do is start your own business. It's scary, it's expensive, and if you're new to town, it is overwhelming. So one of our goals for the Nelsonville E-Communities is to help somebody who's thinking about starting a business, take them through the steps, get them connected with the people who they need to be connected with, figure out how best start up a business that will benefit not only their lives, but make our community better. Just the fact that Rural Action can provide us with the coaching for this and the coaching position with Dan. If we didn't have that, it would probably not go any further than just the I wish phase. So Dan has definitely been instrumental in keeping us on track to move it forward.
As a small business owner and learning more every day, I try to stay involved with other places that can help me grow. And so I've worked a lot with ACENET, Small Business Development, Voinovich School, Appalachian Center for Economic Development. All of those places have a connection with Rural Action. With the pledge, I learned a lot. All of us employees had different ideas of what recycling were and how we could do it in our community. And so Rural Action came in and was able to teach us how to take care of extra products, connect us with somebody who can compost for us, help make our waste less and our maybe footprint less as well as we go along. And then we are members of the Country Fresh Stop for Rural Action, and people can get their $10, $20, $30 baskets here every Friday. Everybody comes in and sees their baskets full of all kinds of goodies from the Chester Hill Produce Auction. And then we in turn at the Nelsonville Emporium take those goods and turn them into soups, salads, things that you'll get to eat here when you enjoy the food.
Rural Action is a valuable resource to bring into rural. Nelsonville is on the verge of greatness. We've got a lot of really good things that are going to happen here. The community is set to grow. And Rural Action is a part of that, because Rural Action helps people grow smart.
My family and I, we always attended the Nelsonville Music Festival. I guess probably for the 2 years before I started volunteering, and I wasn't sure exactly what it would be, but once I got there, it was right up my alley. I like getting my hands dirty, and sustainability is something that I preached to all my classes, and recycling, and I mean, it was just a kind of lucked into it, but I'm glad I did. Through my experience with zero waste, the first year, just to see how passionate all the folks that were running it from Rural Action really were. They made it such a fun environment, and you take pride in it, because they're over 95% of the waste got diverted from the landfill, and just say you're a part of it kind of makes you feel good too. Next year, I signed up early and got to make sure I got zero waste.
The Nelsonville Music Festival is a production of Stewart's Opera House. It started as a one-day event. Eventually it grew into a 3-day event, and now it's a 4-day event. Our first year, we think we had about 750 people for that one day, and now we have over 7,000 people per day. So a few years into the festival, we realized that large gatherings of people generate a fair amount of waste. Like many things, we just started recycling and doing what is the right thing to do, and sorting as much stuff as we could. And then once Rural Action became involved, it took on a much more professional level. More so than just our one festival, it's an example that this can be done on larger scales, from people in their household to corporations, cities, states. There's no reason to generate as much waste as humans normally do on a daily basis. I've been accused of having the glass half empty syndrome, but places like Rural Action remind me that the glass isn't half empty, and people working for what they believe in can change things in a positive way.
Rural Action makes a difference by helping businesses like mine go green.
Rural Action makes a difference by helping grow the next generation of leaders.
Rural Action makes a difference by helping organizations like mine reach our goals.
Rural Action makes a difference by helping small communities do big things.
Rural Action makes a difference by working to restore our environment.
Rural Action makes a difference by increasing the capacity of our communities through national service.
Rural Action makes a difference by taking a truly asset-based approach to economic development.
Rural Action makes a difference by connecting individuals like me to great volunteer opportunities.
Rural Action makes a difference by helping festivals like the Nelsonville Music Festival go zero waste.
By supporting Rural Action, you are making a difference.